Studying. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready for the test.
Always ready. Ayel comes in ready all the time.
All right. So, question number 1 dito sa quiz natin ngayon. The Philippine leg is just a part of this entire season. Why is this leg important? There are wrong answers, Ayel. So, tell us what you think.
It's actually the third leg. So they've been playing for the past month already. It's the final phase of the preliminary round. So by the end of the week, we'll get to know who the final 8 will be, who will be moving forward in the final phase of the tournament. But why it is gonna be very exciting? It's because 6 out of 8 teams, 6 out of the top 8 teams currently in VNL are here. You have Brazil, Japan, Slovenia, Poland, Italy, Argentina, and you also have Canada and China playing the Philippines. It's like a preview of Olympics. Kasi hindi na sila top 8 sa VNL eh. They're also in the top in the world rankings.
Yeah, that's why we said, right? We've been saying it's not just a leg, it's not just a stop. It is the final stop prior to the final phase, which will be in Poland, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. It is but fair, Paolo, because we asked Neil yesterday about his experience from last year. Before we get to the storylines for this year, Ayel, you and I watched the VNL a lot together last year. Don't tell them about my shrieking. But please tell us, what did you enjoy from that experience, from the spectacle? What are your takeaways, and what can Filipinos expect, do you think, especially the first-timers this year?
Exactly. It's not every year that you get to watch a world-class quality volleyball. And we got to experience it last year with both men's and women's coming in. But right now, it's just the men's division coming in this year, but still exciting because again, they are in the top rankings in the world. And also, our takeaway here is that, syempre men's, we want to be able for Filipinos to realize na ito rin yung quality ng men's volleyball, and we want it to translate also on how they support the local scene of men's volleyball. But just watching it, the system, the players, Olympians, so world-class players playing in European leagues, the leagues that you can't really watch. And sometimes it's even hard to watch on live stream. And right now, they're here playing live.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, you know, you're not alone in that. Kasi yung fans that come out, grabe yung support nila for all of the athletes that did come here. It's like a party environment. It is for sure. I actually got to see a few games as well last time around, and it feels like a continuation of that here. Let's take a look at some of the stories to watch out for, because a lot of people, especially the fan favorites, Japan, are keeping an eye on them. What makes them special this time around? Because they've had a great VNL so far.
Oh, so far undefeated. They had a couple of upset, and one of the biggest is against Brazil, who is currently 3rd in the world rankings. Currently, Japan is 6th in the rankings. So that's the reason why medyo tumaas din. Last time they were just 7th, and then right now they're 6th in the rankings. But Japan, they have crowd favorites, Nishida, Takahashi, Ishikawa playing. So I think also there's sort of that Filipinos being able to relate to their system, because somehow, syempre, Asian system pa rin, they know how to analyze, they know how to watch the game of Japan as well.
That's what I like about what you said and what Neil said yesterday. This is not just a popular team. They're coming in undefeated here, you know, as opposed to last year, the ones who watched them for the first time, it was popular, they're good, they're popular, but this time they're undefeated. Who else are we looking out for, in your opinion?
Well, definitely we're gonna look at Brazil, Poland, also
the
number one team in the world rankings, also won the VNL, and actually second during 2021 VNL. Brazil was the champion during that time. But also Argentina, Italy, again, these are the top teams. So this is a crucial stretch. Every game is very important for placements, for rankings for them. So it's just really exciting that we just don't get to watch it like, example, if it's just the first leg na hindi pa ganun ka-crucial.
Right.
So
mistakes
exactly.
talaga.
So you're gonna expect really high quality and crucial games. Like earlier, Brazil playing against Italy, wherein Italy won against Brazil. So right now, Italy was able to get a higher rank, and same rankings at sila, win-loss record with Brazil, Slovenia, and Poland.
Which is 6
6-2
6-2.
win-loss record.
Okay.
You know, it feels like the margins are so small when it comes to these teams. And again, even if you say like a team number 3 like Brazil, who played against Italy's team number 7, at least rankings-wise, it doesn't really matter.
Exactly, doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter as much. And right now, if you're a Brazil fan and you're trying to figure out whether or not, okay, is there a revenge game coming up? They have a good one against Poland coming up very soon, which is going to be a repeat of a 2021 championship matchup.
No, exactly. And again, it's crucial. Both teams in the top of the rankings and both teams very offensive mindset. And the good thing about this also is that the skill sets of these players are really high. And offensively, andun na talaga, they have the height, they have the speed. So whoever will be more defensively minded, there's the higher chances of getting the game.
Right.
Like what Italy did earlier.
Yeah, and for those who missed out, they just concluded it maybe around 30, 40 minutes ago that, as Ayel mentioned, Italy won over Brazil. That was via a comeback. And in one of the interviews during the game, Ayel, the player was talking about the possibility of jet lag affecting their game, which is another part of this, the component of this VNL because of all the traveling. Brazil, the higher ranked team, suffered the loss. They were ahead a set, and then they said, at least according to them, jet lag kicked in. What are your thoughts on that game earlier?
That's very possible. They've been traveling for the past months in different countries. And just to add on to what we talked about earlier, why this is exciting, it's because there's also an ongoing VNL in USA,
right,
wherein the lower seeded teams are playing. That's why we are so lucky. Philippines is so lucky that we have most of the top 8 teams playing in the Philippines right now.
And it's all because of what happened last year. Luck has a lot to do with it, but because of what they saw and the response last year, that's why they're also here.
Yeah, I mean, like the atmosphere that the fans created. In other words, fans, please go out and create an even bigger atmosphere when it comes to that. Now, a lot of people are going to be excited to see individuals as well. Now, in particular, a guy named Ran Takahashi, I think a crowd favorite, and he's not just a crowd favorite. He's been doing well. If I'm not mistaken, he's the first player to score over 30 points in the 2023
and
men's
playing
VNL.
later.
And playing later
in
against
30 minutes.
China.
Right.
And you said that a player who has been really performing well, third overall as a best scorer and third also in terms of best spiking. So an overall player talaga, especially as an outside hitter, a good support to Ishikawa as the captain of Japan.
Any quick thoughts on the match later against 25th ranked China? Am I correct? Yeah.
Well, they're saying that China still has a chance to play neck and neck with Japan. But again, Japan is coming in with a lot of confidence and a lot of momentum, being undefeated. But more than the China game, they have must-watch games against Poland, Slovenia, and
the next few
Italy,
days,
who are also in the top 8 of the ranking so far. And aside from that, what's also interesting is Japan playing Netherlands because Ishikawa is second as a best scorer currently, and they're playing against one of the opposite attackers of Netherlands in Emir.
So it's going to be really interesting to see that matchup in particular. And you mentioned must-watch. You can catch all of that on the Pilipinas Live app. You can find that on the Apple Store and Google Play. And subscription is 99 pesos per month and allows you to catch the VNL, PBL, PBA, and so much more. So download that today. Ayel, maraming salamat. Really appreciate you.
We'll see you at the games.
Yes, we will.
And you did pass the test. As always, flying colors.